What's up, Fantasy A-Team Nation? I'm your host, Josh Jenkins, and today's video, we are going to reveal our Week 3 top running back matchups. But before I start the show, I'd like to welcome my good friend and co-host, Zach Roberts, back to the show. Welcome back, Zach.
Hey, thanks for having me, Josh. What's up, A-Team Fantasy Nation? Let's go, man. I'm excited. Let's do this running back list.
Hey, before I get to the show, I like your jersey.
Thanks, brother. Hey, what's up, man? Everybody, Mahomes, man. This is a special jersey. So let's
let's dive right in.
Let's get McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, and Henry out of the way. If you got any of those guys, McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, or Henry, start them this week. We don't even care who they're playing. Those guys are studs. I know that they've been bottling Kamara up. You can't hold him forever, man. He's going to have a breakout game. So with that said, why don't you go ahead and start us off with number one?
All right, my number one is got to be Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers. Last week, he was 17 for 67 yards and 1 touchdown. And then on the ground, he had 6 receptions for 48 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, the man was a beast in that game.
He was on fire, bro, on fire in that game. And I had a buddy call me and say, man, what's up with Aaron Jones, man? Why isn't he producing, after week one? I was like, they had a bad week. Just look for this week to have a bounce-back week. He did more than bounce back, people. He went on fire. We love this matchup. I look for more of this, I look for more of what he did this week, because he went off, but he'll have higher rushing yards. He won't. If they keep feeding him the balls 15, 20 times, people, he's going to have more than 67 yards on the ground, all right? Then with the 6-of-6 passing, he had 48 receiving. His numbers could even push all the way to 75 or plus on the receiving, depending if he breaks one. So they have him installed in the offense. I look for his numbers to be higher, probably have at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. I don't know if they'll have 4 touchdowns. That's a huge game. And they have so many targets there with Adams and Tanyan and, you throw Lazard and Valdez-Scantling in there and stuff. So they've got a lot of different guys to throw to there. So it's kind of a high potent offense. And after week one, everyone was like, oh no, and Rodgers was like, well, calm down. So hey, they showed last week they're still who we think they are, and I believe he's going to have another big game this week.
Yeah, this is against San Francisco, the 30th ranked defense. So
yeah, oh yeah, we didn't even say that. So yeah, it's against 30th ranked. I look for this game with Aaron Rodgers versus Garoppolo and 2 different offenses. If San Francisco can't make Aaron Rodgers go a couple 3-and-outs, then Aaron Rodgers could potentially put up huge numbers again like he did last week. So kind of like last week's game. So if not, I think, though, the two, going against each other, I think it's going to be probably in the mid to low, like maybe one will be like, let's say 28-21 Green Bay, something like that.
All right, let's go to our second pick. I've got Austin Eckler. This week they're going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, ranked 29th in defense against the run, excuse me. Eckler went 9 of 54. He didn't have any touchdowns. Had 9 receptions for 61 yards.
Yeah. He had a big game last week, and he didn't even score a touchdown, people. So he's definitely back. I mean, I know he was, had the hamstring issue early, week one, kind of scared everybody. It even scared me. I was kind of like pushing away from him. Hamstrings usually hinder people for the whole season. But after last week's performance, I mean, again, my Chiefs, man, they need to step up their run defense. So against the run, they're giving up a lot. Like you saw what they did against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. So with that said, if he stays healthy, and him and Herbert's chemistry is heating up, so I look for him to have higher numbers this week. I think he'll get the touchdown this week, and Eckler probably have 150 all-purpose yards. So that's why we love this matchup this week. I know it's against my Chiefs, but we still love the matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Coming in at number 3 on my list, we got Melvin Gordon. He's going up against the New York Jets, 28th ranked defense against the run. Last week, he was 13 of 31. Oh, yeah, 31 yards, 0 touchdowns. He also had 2 receptions for 30 yards. This is against the New York Jets, so I'm expecting a big game out of Gordon.
Right. I think it'll be kind of like week one's numbers. Week one was he had 11 carries for 101 yards and a touchdown. So I think it'll be more of that kind of numbers. So I believe he bounces back this week and has a big game, probably multiple touchdowns. And I think he'll have close to 125 all-purpose yards because they still do give him the ball a little bit out of the backfield, throwing it to him. So he could sneak one in receiving-wise for a touchdown.
I agree. Coming in at number 4, I got Tashawn Williams, Baltimore, going up against Detroit. They're the 31st ranked defense against the run. Williams went 13 for 77 yards, no touchdowns, 2 receptions for 16 yards. So I'm expecting him to have an even bigger game this week than he did against the Chiefs.
Agreed. That's what I was going to say. I think he has a bigger game. Our defense against the run's pretty bad. So I think Detroit, same thing, was their 31st versus the run. The Chiefs are, or the Detroit Lions are. So I think, again, they have a very unique run offense, kind of like San Francisco does. So I think this week, though, he does get the touchdown. I think, we stuffed him there at the goal line a couple times last week. The Chiefs did, but he's still, man, they're going to keep feeding him the ball. And this kid's proven that he's a solid player. He gets his numbers. He got his yardage last week with his 77 yards running and the 16 in the air. They put him close to the 100 all-purpose. So I think this week he gets close to 125 all-purpose or even maybe more, which pushes his numbers up. And that's why we love this matchup.
All right, coming in at our number 5 pick, Mike Davis, Atlanta Falcons. They're going up against the New York Giants, ranked 25th defense against the run. He went 9 for 38, 0 touchdowns. He had 7 receptions for 25 yards.
Yeah, so, I think, however, last week was tough against the Bucs. He has a much easier time going this week versus the Giants' 25th ranked versus the run, you said. So I think he gets a touchdown, maybe even 2. And he'll probably have close to 75 to 100 yards all purpose. He might even break it and have a bigger game than that. I think Mike Davis is due to have a big game here soon. That's why they put him at the running back position. He showed them something in their offense in the preseason, and they've obviously installed him in the offense. So I believe that he has a big game possibly coming.
You have any honorable mentions or anything you want to throw out there?
Well, yeah, everyone. It's no secret that Joe Mixon's a good running back. Joe Mixon, but he's going against Pittsburgh, 4th ranked rush defense. So with that said, it's kind of hard to put him on the top best love matchups or whatever, but man, he's had 49 carries, 49 in 2 games. So they're going to continue to feed him the ball there, especially if Burrow continues to struggle like he has a little bit. So they're going to lean on the run, kind of like what they do in Cleveland. They do the run, play action. So, dude, Mixon's going to continue to get carries. So, I mean, like I said, I know it's a tough matchup this week, but going forward, people, if he continues at this pace, he's going to be one of the top running backs like Henry. Like, I'm not saying he's built like Henry, but just being the ball distributed to him like Henry. So, if it keeps up, he's going to continue. He might be on this list next week if he has a better matchup.
All right. There you have it, folks. We've laid out all the information for you. Now you just got to grab it, plug these players into your lineup, and hopefully you'll have a great fantasy weekend. And always, remember to give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and remember, friends don't let friends auto draft.